Okay. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our webinar this morning. Today, you have the opportunity to hear from Roger Harding. He is going to be going over all 8 of the leadership skills that we've been doing these past 8 weeks and put them together so that you can learn how to best apply them into your life and into your business. Roger has been an amazing support to Teresa and Roger's team, and you guys are ridiculously lucky to hear from him, so I'm super excited for you.
Thanks, Chelsea. All right, hi, I'm Roger. I got to make this taller for me. Okay, how's that? That's great. All right, I am going to talk today about summarizing all those leadership principles that we've been talking about for the last 8 weeks. And I don't like looking at myself on the computer screen, so I've prepared a PowerPoint presentation to help us go through these things. And I'm going to start with this, okay? Do you face any of these problems? And if you've been part of our 8-week course, you know, we focused a lot about problems that people have in the business and how to overcome them. So let's just go over some of these problems. Team members are not motivated. You have very few new enrollments on your team. People are not rank advancing. You are not advancing in rank. No one on your team is hosting classes. People don't seem interested in the oils. These are common problems that I see with a lot of our team members. And today I just want to show you how the 8 leadership principles that we feel like are the most important leadership principles for building your doTERRA business will help get over these things. So the first one that we talked about, this is a couple months ago, was create relationships of trust. This is the foundation. Without your team members having trust in you as a leader, you can't lead. This is the key, critical, most important most important principle of all these leadership principles. So what can you do to create that trust? They've got to believe in you as a leader. They got to believe that you have the knowledge that you need, that you can help them. They need to believe that you want what's best for them. Now, I saw an instance on our team where we had a person who lost trust in their leader because they felt like their leader only wanted to, we felt like their leader only wanted to advance in rank for themselves. And because of that, it caused a lot of problems. It caused a lot of the people on that team to stop building the business. Sorry, I gotta get back to our screen here. Did it die? No. Okay, there we are. All right. I don't know if you guys saw that. I'm not very good with this thing, so thanks for helping me out, Chelsea. There, that looks better. I think now you guys can see it. So this leader lost a lot of the people on her team because they weren't motivated to do it because the team had no trust in them as a leader. Many of the team members felt like all that leader wanted was for them to advance in rank because it would benefit her, the person, the upline person. Anyway, so creating that trust, that's all about finding out what the people need on your team, what they want, and then you shepherding them through. It's communication. Communication is a huge part of that, okay? Next one, teamwork. People like being part of a team. People want to work together as a team, and you need to develop that and create that sense of teamwork. That might be getting your people together. If you're in faraway places, it might mean I'm doing a Zoom call like this with the group. But you've got to get people together because when they're together, it enthuses them, it gets them excited. They want to produce more and they want to do better. We're going to talk about that a little bit more. Teamwork, it's an important piece. And like I said, we're going to talk about that a little bit more. Let's go on to the next one. Creating a vision. I talked about this quite a bit, and I think this is one of the more important ones. Now, again, if we compare creating a super important vision that's great and people love, and you still don't trust the leader person, the vision's not going to carry these people through. It might be what one of my people that I've been mentoring called a caffeine vision, where it's really exciting and you get excited for a short period of time and then you crash after a little bit. So creating a vision with your team, what does this look like? It's setting goals, finding out where your team members want to be, what they want to do, what are they excited about doing. And I would recommend creating long-term visions and short-term visions. A lot of times you'll see, back to those problems that we talked about at the beginning, your team members are not motivated. Having a vision, having goals for them is one of the things that's going to motivate them a ton. So this is an important thing, with them not advancing in rank, or you not advancing in rank. Do you and do they have the vision and some goals and some excitement about what's going to be happening in the future? So creating a vision is going to help. Now, here's a blank screen. But here's a Japanese proverb that I really love. I hope you guys can read it. Now let's go into the next slide. That was kind of a joke. Here's the Japanese proverb. Vision without action is daydream, okay? You can have a vision, but if there's no action, it's just a dream, really. But if you have action without the vision, then it's just a nightmare. And it's frustrating, and people lose their enthusiasm, that sort of thing. So you have to have both. So you have to have vision and you have to have action. Now, what actions do you take? That's the next step. That's creating the strategy. Now, strategy can look like a lot of things. Strategy can look like, how many classes are we going to teach? What types of classes are we going to teach? How are we going to contact people? How many people are we going to contact? Those are important things that you have to do. Now, I'm going to give you a couple of examples. I was thinking about this last night, and I thought, I'm going to go out there and find out what some people are strategizing about right now. We have some people on our team that, last week doTERRA did these BOGO offers, right? And they had this great strategy that they created, and they didn't create it on Monday of BOGO week. They created it several weeks before, where they created these BOGO groups, and people would come to these groups and they would talk about the products that were being offered and what benefit they would be. And they saw huge successes from creating these groups. They had this strategy for BOGO week and they implemented it. I saw someone, let's see if I've got the slide here. For yesterday, Cyber Monday, this was their strategy, okay? They had this deal where if you place a 50 PV order, they would send you 2 free intro kits. That's just something that this person did. And they targeted it to certain people, specific people on their team, not the whole team, but they targeted to specific people where they wanted to see some more interest and more action and activity on their team. So they offered this and had a nice little promotion. Here's a couple other examples of some strategies that people are working on for December. Roman Chamomile and Melissa are back. They've been on back order for quite some time. They're going to be back on December 1st. You could create something where I don't know. I'm just thinking off the top of my head, but maybe you do something like education around these 2 oils for your team. Tell people how important they are. Let people know you only got 2 bottles that you can buy per account per month of this stuff. It's precious. It's great. Anyway, so you could do something around that, and I've seen a lot of people that are doing that. Another kind of fun thing that I saw someone doing is this 12 days of Christmas thing, where they give away certain products for certain things. This one here says post a photo of yourself with your favorite self-development book, and you'll be entered in a drawing to win these 5 citrus oils. So fun stuff like that, but you've got to strategize ahead of time and think, what do I want from my team? What is my team lacking? And what are we going to do about it? And come up with a plan. Now that leads right into, here's another one of these 12 days of Christmas thing. That leads into our next topic, which is creating synergy. That goes back to teamwork, sort of, but synergy maybe won't be just people on your team, but it's getting together a lot of people to get their ideas and together you'll achieve more stuff. Now, do you think, so those ideas that I showed you in creating strategies for December, those I got off of a Facebook group. They weren't my ideas, but on this Facebook group, people kept putting in their ideas. Someone asked the question, what do you do for your December promos? What do you do to help get people excited in December? And people were throwing out all these ideas. And so it started making me think, hey, we could implement something like that on my team. I'll take this piece here, I'll take this piece here, and we can put them together for a great promotion. The key to, the previous principle, creating a strategy, is that you think about it ahead of time. You can't just think about it like today's the 29th of the month and we need to hit certain goals by the end of the month. We can't just say, okay, it's the 29th, let's figure out a strategy. This is something that you need to plan weeks or maybe even a month ahead of time. So right now, if you're thinking about strategies, you should be thinking about maybe first of the year strategies, which might involve slim and sassy or weight loss or other goals that people have. You might have some plans to get together with your leaders and discuss their goals, their vision for the new year. That would be a perfect time to do that. But you can't do it right at the last minute. You got to coordinate these things. But synergy is huge because different people bring different ideas to the table. And unless you are working together with them, you're not going to get as good of ideas, okay? Let's look at the next one, gratitude. This is more about your attitude that you have in the business. And Teresa's great at explaining this one because, not just because she's great at explaining it, but I understand and appreciate the importance of gratitude, and just that if you have that giving, thankful, grateful attitude with yourself and with members on your team, you're going to see that the trust levels will increase. Just the general attitude of your team members and the enthusiasm and excitement will increase if you portray gratitude for the things that people bring and for your situation. Bad things are going to happen, and if we keep focused on more of that gratitude side, you're going to appreciate it, and it's going to help you and your team be more successful. Second to the last one here, creating your capabilities, improving your capabilities. And that's not only yours, but it's your team members also. These are your knowledge, your skills, your abilities. Your ability to run a business, you being here on this call is evidence that you're trying to improve your capabilities as a business leader. So there's those leadership skills that you can improve. There's your product knowledge that you can improve. There's maybe your teaching skills that you can improve. You've always got to be focusing on those and improving those. And that should be part of your strategy that you're implementing, is making a plan to increase your personal capabilities in different areas of the business. Okay? Create accountability and track progress. This is the last one, and they're all very important, but this one is incredibly important because without accountability, people tend to kind of fizzle. They get like Alka-Seltzer, right? Plop, plop, fizz, fizz, and nothing else happens. So creating an accountability program for yourself, for people that you're working with, for team members, is going to be huge. We talked about this last week, and we gave you some ideas, finding an accountability partner, someone that you can talk to once a week, once a day, whatever you deem necessary, and tracking your progress. There are critical things that you have to track, okay, in your business. You need to track your things like volume in different legs. You got to track your the goals that you're working towards. So if you are working with some of your business leaders and they're supposed to be hosting a certain number of classes, you've got to be tracking that. And I recommend on a weekly basis or a month or a daily basis. And we offered you a couple of important tools in that area. The Success Habits Worksheet was one of them. And then the, what was the other one called? The Weekly Strategy Worksheet is great for accountability. And those are both on Teresa's website, teresaharding.com. All right, now let's go back to those problems that we had. Team members are not motivated. What are the solutions that so how do we solve these problems? Team members are not motivated. I suggest that either they don't trust you. I suggest that maybe they're not, they don't have a common vision with you. They don't have a good strategy to implement those things. Very few enrollments. What might that be? Well, they might not have the knowledge that they need, so you might need to work on them creating the capabilities that they need to, how to share oils, maybe product information knowledge so that they feel more confident to share the oils. People not advancing in rank. Well, that could be almost all of these things. Maybe you need to develop a strategy with those people. Maybe you don't have a strategy, and so you're not advancing in rank. No one is hosting classes. I hope by me going through each of these things, you can see that all 8 of these leadership principles are critical. And so my recommendations to you and my suggestion for you is do this. Look at the issues that you have on your team. Look at the 8 leadership principles and identify which of these leadership principles need to be implemented to resolve this problem. And it's going to be different for everyone in each situation. And usually there will probably be 2 or 3 different things that you need to address to help those people get motivated, get moving, and move toward the goals that you want to help them develop. So these are the 8 principles. That's really all that I have today. I'm going to go back to just me here. It looks like maybe we have a question. I don't think that's a question. It says volume is way low, but that's probably your own volume. I don't know how we can handle it on this end. Maybe I should just talk louder. Any questions? If there are no questions, we're going to sign off, but I'll take questions for a minute or 2 here. If you guys have anything. I'm going to unmute all. You can type in a question or just ask your question. I just unmuted everybody, I think. While you're thinking of your questions, just November has been a great month, and typically December comes after November. Typically December is the strongest month that doTERRA has. There's several indications that they're going to be doing the frankincense promotion where you order 200 points and get free frankincense. So I recommend that you really work on using one of your strategies for December. Try to get your December stuff done early because when it gets closer to Christmas, people kind of get focused on buying Christmas presents and other things. So thank you for participating today. You guys have been great. I'm going to end now. This is Roger. It's been fun talking to you. Have a good day.